I had a partner tell me once that he didn't feel like I saw him. And it was a turning point in our relationship because all of these little quarrels and anxieties that we had, it was like they could all be distilled into this one understanding. That all we were doing every time we fought or every time we didn't communicate effectively, we just didn't see each other. And a couple years later, I was walking on the street and I gave a homeless guy $5. And he started literally jumping for joy, freaking out that like he had gotten $5. And we made eye contact, and there was this moment of recognition where even though here I am, this 21-year-old college student, looking at this super old guy who I've never met in my life, who probably comes from a totally different background than me, it was just so obvious that he was me, only with a different face. All we want is to be seen. I don't think that guy was that happy because he got $5. Maybe a little, but really, it seemed like he was happy because somebody saw the humanity in him. Somebody saw the life. And the unity between him and I was so palpable in that moment. It was like I knew this random homeless dude just as well as I had known my long-term partner. What does it mean to see somebody? We think that what we essentially are is simply a patchwork of outcomes, circumstances, and temporary states of mind. And we project these conceptualizations about ourselves onto others, to the point in which we are so lost in our own little world that we completely cease to see the life that's right there in front of us. That is us. And when you really see someone, it's not about knowing their background, memorizing all the little stories about their life, and then regurgitating them in the perfect way in a conversation. But it's just about showing up with pure authenticity, expressing unconditional, causeless love, the love that you are. That's what it is to see someone. That's what it is to see yourself. You are so desperate to be seen. You want to be somebody. You want to be recognized. But you don't even know what it is that you want to be seen. Because all that you've ever been, really, or all you've ever taken yourself to be is just a set of assumptions that you have chosen to take seriously. It's like you made this whole character up that doesn't exist outside of your own imagination. And then you get so upset, hostile even, when supposed others don't respond to you in the way that your story made it out to be. Or they forget some detail about the character. And because you take yourself to be the character, that means that they've forgotten something about you, that they've forgotten you. it's like you feel as if there is this memory of yourself that you have to clutch because it is always trying to slip out of your fingers. This sense of self is begging to be let go of. And all those stories, all those traumas, you think they're who you are. And you choose to get stuck in this mud in your own mind. Because you'll do anything but simply allow yourself to really be seen. Because to really be seen, to really see, is to see that there is nothing to be seen. There's just seeing. And you think you want all of these things. You want the nice house, the phone, the boyfriend, girlfriend, partner. And like, yeah, sure, on one level you do, right? But really, that's not what you want. The boyfriend, the house, the phone, these are all just symbols for being seen. These are all just symbols for remembering who you really are and embodying who you really are. Living your life from true perspective and joyfully accepting all of the implications of that. That's what it means to be seen. And that's all you've ever wanted, really, just permission to be happy. It's like you think that there's this condition that you magically have to meet. And then all of a sudden, once you meet that condition, you'll be allowed to be happy. And at one point, you think the condition is the phone. Then you think the condition is the boyfriend. Then you think it's being seen. Then you think it's the house. And you're always moving the goalposts. You meet the condition, you experience a little pleasure, and pleasure and joy are different things. We'll talk about that in another video. You experience a little pleasure, but now you want this. You felt seen by this person because, I don't know, they remembered your birthday. But a week later, they flake on you. And now you're super mad at them all of a sudden. And all of that happiness, that goodwill, it's like it's given way to these old habits of identification and contraction. And that's the game that you're always playing with yourself. That's the emotional whack-a-mole. That is what the ego is. It's thinking that all of these secondary whims and desires are what you actually want. When what you've really only ever wanted was to be released from needing any of that shit. You know, we've all experienced it, where like, you're walking down the street or doing something, and you're feeling happy in that moment. And then your mind comes in, and it's like, why the fuck are you happy right now? You don't have a reason to be happy. What are you happy about? So you believe that story, that you need a condition to be met to be happy. And because you believe that story, you don't see others. You don't see yourself. Because you're too busy becoming fixated on all of these little tiny things that you use to create this patchwork identity. instead of what's really there. Even in your body, when you're really absorbed by those stories, when you're really stuck in that muddiness of the mind, like, you stop breathing. And conversely, when you are breathing, when you allow yourself to release, at a point, it doesn't even feel possible to, it's all just noise. You want to be seen. But you are the seeing. Every moment is teeming with your own life. And there's nothing special you have to do or achieve to see that. There's no enlightenment. There never was. How could you ever not be seen when everything you look at is a mirror?